Have any questions from committee members?
Mr. Chair,
Alderwoman Coggs.
I want to thank Ms. Garrison, Ms. Yancey, Ms. Webb, and Mr. Verdine, each of whom I've known probably most of my life, and the other residents who chose not to speak but who are here as well, and many. And I must say, I was friends with my mama. So I really appreciate you taking the time to come out and voice your concerns. And it is my hope that, my colleagues and the administration hear you. Because each time that Alderman Stamper and that Alderman Perez over this last several years have been fighting for a plan or some things or some actions that we could take to help prevent us from losing the pillars in our neighborhood. It is with you all in mind that we fight. So I just want to be very clear. I know, gentrification in other cities has happened, and it has, in many ways, history has shown us, been a concerted effort to push certain people out. But please know that, at least for me, and I know for the council members present, that is not what we're attempting to do, and that is not what we want to see happen. In an effort to make sure that on our watch that doesn't happen, we have engaged DCD and others with Milwaukee United and a whole bunch of other stakeholders to attempt to come up with some solutions that could help this situation. This file is just one of those that has helped in other cities. As we see other cities go through similar things, what they found, and you may have spoke to this, Sam, is that most communities are not only made up of homeowners. It's a lot of renters who have been in areas for generations as well and would like to stay as well. And even though sometimes there are many plans for the homeowners, there are oftentimes not enough plans for those people who don't happen to own property. So this plan impacts them. For you all that are homeowners, I recognize that there are other things that we have to do and must do to make sure that you all are protected. With that in mind, we're advocating every day for a variety of different things. The Anti-Displacement Fund is the probably most advanced thing that we are working with now. But as Mr. Verdine said, if we're honest, everybody's not going to qualify for that as well. As far as the uniformity clause, and I'm speaking not only to you all, because I know some of you have been at the meetings, you've heard this, but I also think about those who may be watching, who may be going through the same thing that you're going through, but haven't been to a meeting, don't know what's going on. I wish that we could pass a law that would keep taxes steady for seniors, for veterans, for pillars of the community, for people who have had their houses generationally, for people on fixed income, and all of that, so that whatever the increases were, it wouldn't impact your ability to be able to keep your home. Unfortunately, and some cities do that. Across this country, it's municipalities that do that. Unfortunately, the state of Wisconsin does not allow us to, based upon a uniformity clause, which requires us to do taxes the same way for everybody. I'm not one who believes that it's what it is, so we just gotta, I believe you fight for the change you wanna see. And I've committed to the residents, and it's actually a part of the state constitution. And I've been talking to intergovernmental, city attorney, and all of that, and I recognize how difficult it is to change that uniformity clause, or at least allow for an exception for a city of the first class, or something that would allow us to be able to do some things that will give you relief. I'm willing to fight that fight. I know my colleagues are too, and we're gonna need your help to do it. But know that we're not accepting that this is the way it is and we just leave it alone. That is a fight that it's worth having. Ms. Yancey, you brought up the library. Please know, unfortunately, it takes time, but I sit on the library board. We are moving forward with the library. Young Development and Haywood Development are working on it. It's taken us some time to agree upon the ultimate design, but you will see a new library on King Drive and Locust soon. For the DNR building is currently owned by the state of Wisconsin. Though there has been talk of them leaving and moving, that has not occurred yet. And there has been talk of the city attempting to acquire that building. That has not been solidified yet. That building is owned at this date by the state of Wisconsin. And as far as development for the entire block, I have not seen, this committee has not passed, nor have we discussed in any public forum any level of development for that block as of yet. And you know how I roll with development in the district. If a proposal comes or if we get possession of DNR, there will be a public discussion with input about that. That will not happen under the curtain of darkness. And lastly, Ms. Webb, you said something that gave me an idea, and Russell, to piggyback on you, and I would ask Russell and Jose and anybody else who wants to join with me in furtherance of our efforts to be as transparent as possible to work on this anti-displacement stuff. I think we should have a citizen committee on anti-displacement. So all these proposals are brought to y'all even before we vote on them and pass them. And you all might have some ideas that might give birth to some things that we're not thinking about. So today, I will put in for the creation of such a committee. And I would love it if some of you might mind being a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderwoman Coggs. Alderman Perez.
Thank you.